Welcome back, guys, to the Hypervision podcast. We're back here with, I believe, episode 15.
Yes, sir.
I think you said, yeah, okay, cool, of the new season. So, back at it again. We will. We're back. We're back.
I
It's
almost
been
started quoting the damn Daniel. Back at it again with the white vans.
back at it again.
What a
No,
throwback. Yeah.
really, honestly, no, but we're back. We're ready to keep it rolling. As I told Drew. I'll tell the podcast itself that my setup for the next probably couple podcasts will be just kind of whatever I can find until I find a permanent place to settle down, which will hopefully be soon. And I have some ideas for what I want to do whenever I get that, obviously. A desk is being ordered and things are
Ooh.
being, yes, things are going to be hung up on the wall. And we're going to
We're
be,
getting spoiled.
Yeah, I'm going to get another monitor. I'm going to have two monitors on a desk. Yeah, it's going to be,
Yeah.
it's going to be,
Hypervision to the moon.
yeah. So we'll see. That's kind of my vision as what I see for the next couple
Ooh.
weeks here. But yeah, so just stay tuned.
Got a little
But
bit of wordplay there.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But until then, just bear with me as we're going to have just kind of whatever I can find to do podcasts. So
Yeah.
but we're still here.
Mm-hmm. I think
Drew,
I say that. Sorry, I'll get to that in a second. But I think I say this in a lot of podcast episodes. Like, you never know what you're going to get with this podcast. If it's going to be serious, if I'm going to say too many things, which happens probably every episode. Although I think I was quieter last episode with Zach, just because I didn't need to say anything. He just found things in his brain. But if I'm going to start to try to get too smart for myself, and I know that's not me, you just never know. So sometimes you might get a professional looking video. Sometimes there might be times where the video, I put like our little logo over it because the video messed up because I didn't realize it and I pushed off editing for a week. So it happens. But yeah. It's a good variety podcast here, I think, at least. So I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing good. Just had dinner with one of my friends, Jameson, who's been on here before, so people know him probably. Yeah, it was nice. He's going to California soon, so I was just fitting his time with him before he goes. Yeah, he's got some conferences there, I guess, for some business stuff.
Big things going on. He was just in what, near Maine?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yep. Family trip up in Maine.
Saw some of the photos he posted.
Yeah,
pretty nice, man. I really need to get out. I really want to go out west and see the mountains and stuff.
That's cool. East.
Yeah,
I
understand. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't.
My mind went there.
I had to play devil's advocate there. I understand what you
meant. That's fair. What about Maine too? Maine could be interesting.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Shout out Penn Station. I know we talked. we talked about it last episode, and I literally just had it, and it was fantastic. So shout out Penn Station, as Zach would say. A lot of shout outs.
That's his big thing right now is shout out, and then just whatever we're talking about. He's been doing it for a few weeks now.
You can just imagine him at work. Shout out this computer. It's just something completely random.
Yeah, no, it's just anything. It could be silent for 5 minutes, and then he'll just go, shout out wall, because he's looking at a wall at that point.
What? What are we doing?
Speaking of shout outs, shout out to Legacy Cornhole. Yeah, I don't know how much else I have to say there, but yeah, shout out them. Check them out. They're doing cool stuff, probably. I haven't talked to Bryce in a while. Vikings 2-1. There you go, Bryce. You get that. 3-way tie for first in the division. I will say, I know, the Bears are 2-1. Packers are 2-1. They've had their ups and downs. It was a really, really weird game against the Bucs. I'm not too high on it. We only scored 14 points. They didn't have their top 2 or 3 receivers, I think.
Yeah.
So whatever. But Lazard scored, so I don't really care. I'm happy. Um, yeah.
It's fair.
This is just to get it out of the way. I do think Lions finish second or third in the division.
No,
The only
that's fair.
thing is,
Actually,
I think, offensively, the Vikings are the Vikings. Like, Jay Jettas, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, if he's not hurt, I haven't looked at the status on him. And Kirk Cousins is, he actually has, like, I dog on him a lot, but his touchdown to interception ratio is really, really good from what I've seen stat-wise. Record-wise, he has now one more win than losses. I think he's like 61-60 overall, which is just really funny because it sums up Kirk Cousins as a quarterback because, like, he really isn't terrible, but it's just the fact that, like, he's so average at the same time. It's just hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think the Bears dead last in the division. Justin Fields has completed 23 passes this entire season, maybe like 25. He hasn't completed more than 10 passes in a game, or even 10 in general.
I honestly didn't know that.
290 something yards. He hasn't hit 300 yet. And I checked today because me and Dusty were looking at work. Darnell Mooney, there are 83 receivers that have more yards than he does the entire season on one catch. Because I looked up their longest catch of the season so far. There are 83 players that have 28 or above.
That's it's pretty bad.
It's genuinely the fact that they're 2-1 baffles me with those offensive stats.
Yeah, I know. They've eked out some wins.
Like the Niners win week 1. That was, they played inside of a monsoon.
Yep.
I get that. And Trey Lance, one play, Trey genuinely had one good play the entire game, I think. He got hurt week 2, but this was week 1. It was his first, I want to say, official start, probably, because that's when he was the official starter, probably. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
so they beat that team. And the Niners have looked better since then. Deebo Samuel didn't look that good that game, but it was, they played in the monsoon. I wasn't like fully dogging on the passing game that day. Week 2, they lost to the Packers, obviously. He had a good first drive. They sliced right through him. That's the Packers every game, is they get sliced right through on the first drive every single game, I think. They gave up a field goal first drive against the Bucs this week, which was really impressive, if that's saying much. But after that, like, there was a whole drive where they drove from like inside their own 15 all the way down to the Packers like 1 yard line, and I think they got stopped on 4th down on the goal line. He threw the ball one time and it was incomplete down the middle, and if it was any better of a pass, like not completely overthrown, it was a pick 6. Sorry, not pick 6. Just an interception. That was the only pass he attempted the entire 95-yard drive. I don't understand that offense. Like, I get, it's probably not the best offensive line from what I'm seeing, but he hasn't had a game with 10 completed passes. It genuinely just baffles me. I don't know why I'm going so much on the Bears, but like, that's how much it baffles me that like a professional team hasn't thrown the ball that much.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I agree with you though. I think the Lions finish 2 or 3 probably.
Yeah, the whole thing was about the Lions. I just went like 3 minutes about the Bears.
No, it's fine.
No, they actually, the Lions have that dog in them, the whole team. Once Jameson Williams is back too.
Yeah. I had him to win on Sunday, but I think they probably should have.
They blew that 4th quarter.
Yeah, they had some questionable calls.
To be fair, they held Jefferson to 14 yards.
Yeah, man, Jeff Okudah.
Yeah, is that a corner?
Yeah.
Again, that's one thing that the Packers didn't do, was put a corner on Justin Jefferson, put a defensive end on him. So I think teams realized that, or just not even realized it, just like played normal. But yeah, I'm excited about this football season. It looks pretty fun. Like the Jags, like destroying the Chargers, and I know there's some injuries on that team, but like 38-10.
Their offense is rolling, man.
Eckler ran the ball like 3 times. My guy James Robinson. Yeah, because you remember me and him last year, how I was just always pissed Urban Meyer because he would give him 4 carries when he was the coach, And then like the games where James Robinson would get 20 carries, like the Jags would like do really well. He'd have over 100 yards, he'd get a touchdown. And I'm like, because James Robinson's good.
Yeah.
So now his 1,700 yard game, 17 carries, 100 yards, not 1,700 yard game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a fun football season so far.
It is.
Yeah. Besides the shocking part, the two most shocking teams, I think, Raiders and Broncos, that I can think of top of my head for sure.
Yeah.
Because Russ, oh my goodness, like they won 11-10.
It's 12. Like, no, it's 12-11. But still,
I think it was 11-10.
Was it 11-10?
Either way,
either way,
a team had 11 points in the football game.
yeah, it was that game was insane. I sat through it and watched it, and it was insane.
Yeah, and then the Raiders being 0-3, they've had not the easiest games. The Titans aren't the best this year compared to last year for sure. It is an away game, but like Devontae getting a total of like 40 something yards the last two games combined, something's going wrong there.
I mean, they had a chance to win against the Titans, and then they probably should have won against the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, they blew that game. Either that or that was Kyler thinking it was Call of Duty Double XP weekend.
Yes. So, hey, I need to make my way down your way soon.
Yes, it is slightly tough right now, just because I have you got out of your baseball season as I'm in the thick of my soccer season.
Yeah.
I mean, season will probably we usually end every year around Halloween. But then after that's obviously Thanksgiving. Not directly after, I guess, but it just depends on timing and everything. But I could fit in. I mean, yeah, it's you coming down, I guess, not me doing anything. So it's on you, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have to be free, obviously. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Plus, it's also like a 4-hour drive. If you take it straight, so you have to probably check if Tyler's free or something like that.
Yeah, that's ideally what I would.
And I want to stop leaving Adam out of things. I feel like we do that a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. Okay. Like that, Adam. That's the first time I didn't harp on you in the podcast when I mentioned your name. I do have a question for you now. So we have a podcast together, obviously.
Sure, absolutely.
Right. Do you tell people about it that often? Like, this is just in general. I'm not saying like, do you promote it? Like, I don't care about the marketing side of things. Like, just in general, like when you talk, like, do you talk about the podcast?
Yeah, I do. Really only to the people that I know listen to it.
Okay. Yeah. So other than that, like, just
like I've actually, this is interesting. So I've thought about how I'm gonna do it whenever I'm living with someone else. Mm-hmm. And I know it's going to, because it's going to be people from work, and people from work don't know about it. Like I don't talk about it.
Right.
I mean, it's something I don't want to. I just don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they would listen and stuff. I know most of them are gamers and sports fans and stuff like that. So maybe yes, but I'm gonna have to like explain it to them. Whenever I go away on like Monday nights and just like crawl in my room and just sit talking to a phone screen or talking to a computer or whatever. So yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, we'll see how that works. But no, out of the people that watch the podcast, I don't really talk about it with anyone. And I probably should, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of just we have like our little mini circle that kind of just sees it and whatnot, and and I have no issue to telling people or getting new fans, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
but
that's completely fair. I'm not saying like you need to go tell people. It's just that like I've had these thoughts in my head of like whenever like someone that doesn't like already follow our podcast or like know that like from the start like that we were going to do this, like if I ever mention to them that like I have a podcast or like someone else around them brings up that I have a podcast or something like that, I always like hesitate to say things. And I'm just like, I have a podcast.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that's like And I don't
Are
want to
you
say
are,
like, go
are
for it.
you worried? Are you worried about people like judging you, or what are you worried
Yes.
about?
Yeah.
That's kind
And
of
you know,
how I
like
feel
I
about
always
it
have
too.
my thing of like, oh, I don't care what people say, but like I
Yeah,
don't know why for this, like it's just because like so many people have a
it's
pod. Like when I scroll through TikTok, I cringe at other people's TikToks of their podcasts, and I
yeah,
go, "Oh, I have a podcast."
yeah. I
And I'm like,
understand what you're talking about.
"Oh, dude, is that how ours?" And like, okay, I'm not saying like every podcast sucks. Like there are just some out there where like it's not my cup of tea. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying your podcast sucks. Um, it's not like any of doesn't matter. I'm not naming anything. It's like random people. Like I genuinely have no idea who they are. It's just like on TikTok. It could be anyone in the world. Anyway, I look at it and I go, maybe I don't want one.
Right?
um, yeah, I don't know. But like that's also just me not listening to haters, but just like this is something I actually enjoy doing. Like I enjoy having this podcast, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand what it is. Like I think I'm very self aware. Like I don't think that this is because I'm a genius and people need to hear what I have to say about life. I've
mhm.
said multiple times, like, I don't have the answers for you guys. I'm just here. I'm wearing a Santa hat in September. Like, don't listen to me if you want to figure your life out for this. Like, if you want to
Uh,
actually talk about your life, I can try to talk to you about that, and I'm sure I could help somewhat. Um, but like, I'm not a. Do I consider Joe Rogan? No, I don't. I'm not one of those like self-help podcasts, something like that, like psychology in your brain. And I've talked about a bit of psychology stuff and like, you know, wanting to dissect people's brains. But that's just because I find it very interesting. I'm not educated in it. I just find it interesting, so I want to talk about it.
sure.
Yeah. So that's you know, I have my two sides of where I'm like, you know what, screw it. This is what I enjoy. But then I'm also on the side of like, yeah, I have a podcast. I yeah, we talk about sports, and that's just what I say sometimes. And then I'm like, well, shoot, I'm just cutting it short on what it actually is. Like, this is something I really enjoy. I want to make it into a brand one day because that's something I really
Yeah,
want to do. I don't think it's that like you're entitled to hear it or like, or I'm entitled to the fact that you should hear it or something like that. Uh, yeah. I don't know if like if you've ever had those moments. That was what I was asking, really.
no.
But I wanted
That's
to say it to you first, just to see, you know, before.
that's exactly how I feel whenever I talk to, or how I'm gonna have to explain it to them. Like I'm gonna be like my roommates. I'm probably gonna say that exactly. I'm gonna say like yes, I have a podcast. It's something that I enjoy doing. I mean, I don't think they're gonna make fun of me for it. I could care less. But like,
Right.
I don't know. It's just like I'm just gonna have to explain it to them. Like, hey, like I don't care what you think. Like, this is what I do. This is what I like to do.
I mean, if for you, if there's anything they're ever like, oh, blah, 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 making fun of it, just tell them it's my podcast.
Nah.
There's a couple of times where someone's made fun of it. I got it's Noah's podcast, man.
I don't.
Because
I mean,
like
that's
they
fine.
don't know you at all, so I'm just like, I'm gonna put it on Noah, so I don't have to deal with this. And I can sleep at night.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. Um. Uh. Shoot.
I'm glad we talked about that. That was good. 'Cause I actually had those thoughts today. It was good.
Yeah. Like, let's see. At work actually. So one of the guys I work with knows that I have a podcast because I think I popped up on his For You page, um, on TikTok when I posted one of our teasers, and now he follows it. But like I'm close with him, and like I talk to him about things. I've never brought it up at work or anything like that. Uh, so like one day randomly a couple weeks ago, I was just standing there talking to all of them, and he goes, "Oh hey, how's your podcast, Drew?" And like three people looked up and were like, and they're like, "You have a podcast?" I was like, "Uh huh." It was
You
there's just one
like
like
cringe a little bit.
he put me on the spot too, and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, just anything that's going on at that time. Like, it's just me and one of my other roommates. We talk about just stuff in our lives, just what's going on. Sometimes sports, sometimes, you know, anything. I was like, that was generally like my answer. I was like, I don't like this. I love marketing, I love marketing the podcast. I love the podcast, but I was like, this is weird. And I think it's because I have that in my mind, like at least the back of my mind, that whole stigma against like, oh, you have a podcast, I don't want to ever come off as like well, on my podcast, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes me cringe a little bit, and that's just personally for me. And I think it's a very big, not like what am I trying to say? I think it's a very popular mindset of people like hating on podcasts and how genuinely like almost everyone and their mom has one now.
Yeah.
So
No,
because there's that whole joke of like, oh, when two dudes have a conversation and then like something profound comes up, they go, we should start a podcast.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that started, but yeah.
Sort of, kind of, but I don't know. I just like, we both enjoy it. I find it actually like it helps me like just within my everyday life. Like I love getting on here and just kind of like relaxing and just kind of thinking about stuff that happened during the day. Just talking about stuff in life, stuff like that. I just think it helps me personally, too as well. So I don't know. I mean, I love it. If anybody doesn't, then poop on you. But
It's a good thing
whatever.
you said that. Much cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. It's I don't think I've gotten too deep with maybe we have recently. But like at first we definitely weren't like too deep with things. We had Michael on for relationship advice.
We
At
even for
first it
round
was
two.
fun. We were figuring things out. And I was like, you know what, this would be really fun though, because like why not have Michael on for relationship advice? It sets the tone right away. I genuinely just enjoy what I'm doing here. Like it's just fun. And not to say that Michael doesn't have good relationship advice. Like I've talked to him for years about things. I just don't use his advice. He tells me what not to do. No, I'm kidding. But
yeah, we need to have him back on.
Yeah,
round two.
we'll get there. Maybe season 3. We'll see. It just depends on how season 2 works out with guests and everything. I think we are going to have a professional player on. A little sneak peek there. Jake has agreed.
Oh, we're like leaking that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. He's not a professional player, but like he got drafted.
Yeah, I would consider him. Yeah, he is. I would consider him a professional player.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I think Crew 2 is maybe. I don't know if Crew 2 is considered professional and semi-professional. That's where he's currently at. He's got it. I'm not trying to put him down. I love the guy, but I just don't know where Crew 2 is currently considered. I think he's got a chance in the next. Maybe not because he missed a lot of this season. So he'll probably be on Crew 2 next year and everything. But I think through that season he can get called up. Like you obviously know that you can get called
Jason
up.
Russell Rowe. Heck yeah, love that dude. Dude's got that dog in him.
The forward from that team, yeah, he got called up over enough times to get a professional contract. So now he's technically on the first team, but he still plays for the second team as much as he can because the first team has a pretty good forward, a couple of good forwards. Actually, they need to at least start this guy because they signed him from England. He's Colombian, but he was playing in England. He's very good. Yeah. Jake was telling me that like I think it was last week in practice. His name's Cucho Hernandez. He calls him Cucho. He was telling me like him and Cucho were going at it in practice for a little bit because he was playing against him. And yeah, it was just like I read that and I was like, I watched this guy play in the Premier League last season for Watford, and now my old high school teammate is practicing against him. Like that's so sure. Like it's like such a surreal moment. Like just for him in general. Like just to be like, he's really doing this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So I kind of want to talk to Jake when he's on here, just about like a little bit of U.S. soccer. I don't want to get too in depth because like I want to talk to him. I want to like let people talk, let people hear him talk, like not just go like, oh, so this is the structure of the soccer in the U.S. This is how we're going to look for the World Cup. I don't. It's going to bore people to death. I can talk to him about that whenever I want.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, but just like a day in the life of a pro player, see what it's like, see how he's doing up there. Like
we need to go
up there, kind of.
Yeah, we need to go see him again. That was fun.
Yeah,
I definitely enjoyed going there and watching.
They've got the game I was telling you about that's on Sunday coming up is the conference finals. So they've got that coming up, and if they win, they host the final against either St. Louis or somebody else. Yeah, he said he's going to be in the 18, which means like he'll be on the subs probably. which is fair. Like they've made it to first place in the East and the West or the Eastern Conference Finals without him playing. So why would you just chuck him straight in off of an like appendix or a hernia surgery? So
Yeah.
But he's in the 18, so hopefully I'll get to see him this Sunday play at least. If not, I'll talk to him. But they're one game away from the final, first year ever being a team, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, when we get him on, it would be after season, I think. So
yeah.
You get a whole professional interview with a guy after one full season, not in the middle of it, not before, right at the end. So I think that'd be pretty cool, timing wise. I didn't plan it that way, but it worked out.
My goal is to see a Rubber Ducks player on here one day.
That would be really cool. Yeah. That means we gotta start talking about the podcast more often. Because like when I brought it up, it's like I hadn't really talked to Jake about the podcast before. He came up to watch one of because I coached for a high school team that me and Jake both played for. He came up to watch one of our games because it was like 15 minutes from where he lives in Columbus. And I talked to him after the game and all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? I might as well just ask him if he wants to be on the podcast. And I was like, so like I brought it up. I was like, oh, you know, I have a podcast or something like that. Because I repost the stuff on my stories and stuff like that. Because I don't think he follows it. But like he sees what I post. He was like, oh, yeah, I've seen it before. It's like with one of your like old roommates or whatever. I was like, yeah. So that's what it is. And I was like, oh, would you want to be on it? And he was like, honestly, I would love to. He's like, I'm not very good at podcasts or interviews. And I was like, it's completely fine. I'm not either. This is the first one I've ever done. But yeah, no, he's really looking forward to it, I think. So
good. Awesome. Can't wait.
But yeah, when I brought it up, I was like, that means I have to say it to him that I have a podcast. And it's like, what if he doesn't know? Is it going to be awkward?
Yeah.
So hopefully he wasn't just lying, because I think, you know, Jake would be nice enough to just go, oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe he's our ticket into the professional sports area when we branch out.
Yes.
Make Jake an official Hypervision sponsor.
Dude, we should have him get him to wear gear.
I don't have
on like game days.
Noah.
On game days.
I know.
Dude, it'd be sick. Especially if he ever gets to Columbus Crew and you like post like like they're walking through like the tunnel.
Their outfits.
Bro, that would be so cool.
Yeah. No, I know. Like, they go hard. Like Lazard this past week wore a Steve from Blue's Clues outfit, and it went all over the place.
Oh my goodness, dude! I'm just not. This is actually insane. Like, you imagine something that you create could be on the Columbus Crew. Dude, oh my god, that'd be awesome. Oh my god.
Like, and this is just from what I watch. I don't know if other, like, Lazard has his own, like, at the top, that's what the brand is called. So I don't know if you ever seen, like, in celebrations, like, he'll have, like, this up and someone else comes up and does that to him. So that's, like, the logo is, like, a triangle with, like, because it's A, but, like, whatever. So he has, like, his own merch and everything. So, like, he'll wear that sometimes and tag stuff on it. And, like, I look at it as he's walking, I'm like, hey, that's his stuff. But yeah, no, like, even for the crew too, like, they have those pictures. Like, their media guy posts all that stuff of them coming into the games. Like, I've seen Jake on there all dressed up before coming into a game that he was playing for. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, that's Jake. I played with that guy.
Add to the list.
I graduated with him.
We're getting a professional athlete to wear our merch through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Dude, let's just get a hold of Alan Lazard.
You know, part of me thinks that if I got like a face-to-face conversation with him, he would do it. Because I think he's a good guy. From what I've heard and what I've seen, he looks like he's like a decent guy. Mm-hmm. I think he might rip cigs. I think he might smoke cigars and cigarettes. From what I've heard.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him a bad person. It just
cigars.
So like he might have a much shorter career than I'm hoping for.
No shot. He rips cigs. I could see cigars. I mean, cigars is like kind of like a chill thing, but
his Instagram makes him look like he's Randy Moss.
Really?
Like, skill level wise.
It's very interesting.
And I love the guy. 2 games, 2 touchdowns though. Hey, talk to him.
Dude's got a connection with Rodgers. That's for darn
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, he's 6'5". When you're 6 yards out, throw it to him. Obviously, he's the biggest man on the field. Have you
Six
seen those
foot
blocks he's
nine.
been throwing?
Yeah, dude, he's
Right,
actually a really good
like
blocker.
Randall Cobb's deep throw. I don't know if you saw it, but he ran 25 yards to just go truck somebody. And then when Rodgers threw the interception, he was 10 yards off. Absolutely ran through. Probably not a clean hit, but just decked somebody, like the guy that caught the interception. I love it. He's not afraid to put his body out there. I mean,
No, he really
he
doesn't
should be.
either.
He's 6'5". Like, that's huge. He could be a tight end if he like bulked up a little bit. Back
Indeed.
to football.
It's fine.
Yeah. No, but I'm excited for that. It would honestly be very, very, very cool if like we got Jake some stuff, which means I have to make more things. I know. Shh.
Dude,
It's so expensive.
You imagine
And
the stuff that you showed
know.
me.
I can't really take full credit for that because it is a full one.
That's
like
true.
98% rip off of the Sidemen hoodie.
But
like I had to make it myself. I had to figure out how to get everything to line up perfectly and all that. Because there's 2 layers of text on that. Like that's not just 1 layer. That's 2 layers. I had to figure out how to line that up perfectly and edit it. But
oh my goodness, that'd be so sick.
I just I'm too
awesome.
nice of a person to. And even if you guys tell me you would pay over $50 for a hoodie, I can't do it. I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know what the normal price is. Like I know Nike stuff's like 90 and above, honestly, a lot of the times. But we're not Nike. I don't have that kind of quality, that kind of sweatshop to work with. Like Zach says, shout out sweatshop.
Shout out sweatshop, dude.
I don't have that. I have whatever is cheapest, and it's not cheap at all, really. And you got to keep in mind, like, I work for a tech company as their social media manager, and I work for a Christian high school as their JV coach. I lose money on that job for sure. 100% I lose money on that. I lose money on that job before the season starts almost.
Yeah.
So, and I lose money on this. But I'm fine with that. Like, that's my thing is like, I understand that. Like, I'm not out here because I do want this to become like, obviously, that's my dream. My dream would be like this somehow sprouts into not as big as the Sidemen, not as big as like any of those YouTube social media brands that just blow up. But like self-sustaining, that's my job. Is this not this podcast, but just this brand in general? Like that would, obviously that's my goal. But like, I'm not sitting here like this needs to be there. Like it's not like, oh, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm just gonna keep working. That's fine. This is a very fun hobby I have. I've talked about this before. I don't need to go into it.
No, I definitely agree. That's definitely one of my dreams as well. I would love to take this to the moon.
To the moon. And like, obviously because I've pitched you the whole like, if we get it to like where we're in merch, like big time, like warehouse, we have someone that actually makes stuff for us and like ships it. Where we have the whole like psychology stuff, like because that's more my side, I think, a little bit. We have the whole business side, we have the sports side where we have, the merch a little bit still, because I would love to have some athletes wear our stuff, or even get to the point where we're sponsoring jerseys. Maybe not like, like maybe we're not like this sponsor, but like soccer teams have their sponsors, on their jerseys. But and like even football, actually, don't they have like, does football have 2 different logos or 2 different sponsors on their sleeves now?
I don't know.
I think there's sleeve sponsors now. I don't remember what. No, that was the Sidemen charity match. Ignore me.
Oh, you watched that, by the way?
I did. It was so entertaining.
I saw. Dude, I looked up highlights. The only highlights that I saw were the commentators, and then
So I really like the commentators. I've watched Steven Tries and Spencer FC for a bit.
And then Speed. Speed made the round.
So yeah, Speed. I mean, I think obviously Speed expected more because I think he wanted to play all 90 minutes and just score 7 goals in
Dude, was that
2 foot KSI
tackle?
in the face.
I was gonna say, was that tackle on KSI? Like, but he took him out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like that was the first 15 seconds of the game.
Really, was it? Oh
He
my
ran
god.
across the field to take him out. But like their first goal actually. So Toby was just kind of like, he was taking his time getting up the field. Speed darts up 20 yards, decks him, but like it was a clean tackle. It was so dirty but clean at the same time. It's just because you knew what he was trying to do, which was just slide through the back of him. But he got the ball completely. It pokes out to their midfielder. They get it up to the forward, and the dude just rips it from 30 out top ends. I was like, huh? Like that came from speed. And when he
crazy.
scored, that place was electric. He was offside.
Oh my goodness! Yes, I
You
saw
got the
that.
whole crowd to go,
Sue, and then he goes to the sideline, does the Ronaldo, he jumps up in the
rips
air.
his shirt off. He starts whipping the ref with the shirt.
Dude, I mean,
they got a Premier League referee. They got a Premier League referee to ref that game.
Of course they did. Makes sense. Goodness gracious! Yeah, that was sweet.
I mean, they raised over $1 million or
They had
pounds.
that.
I don't know.
What
for charity.
What stadium was that in? That stadium was. Did
So
they sell out?
it's yeah, they sold out. It's 27,000. Charlton. They are. I don't know if they're championship, but they're league. They're the second or third tier of England, maybe fourth, but I don't think they're fourth. I want to say third tier. Yeah, 27,000. They sold it out in a day.
A day?
Yeah. So now they're trying to go bigger because they have like the prime sponsorship with Arsenal, so that there's everyone's talking like maybe we get the Emirates, maybe we do that. There was talks of Wembley, which is the national team stadium.
Yeah.
I think that's 80K. That's my guess.
I think
maybe
that's where the NFL plays, right?
They might play at Tottenham Stadium. Tottenham has.
I do know they play there, but I thought they played there too.
Well, they play in London. So Tottenham
That's
Stadium
actually this
is
week.
in London.
First London games this week. Yeah.
Who's it?
I'm not too sure. I just know that.
I don't know because they had the crappy games last year.
Yeah. My guess is the Jaguars and someone. The Jaguars always go over there.
Hey, Jags are good this year. They're winning the division.
Dude, they are. Well, hold on. I don't know about that.
That division's bad.
It is. It is.
I work with a Titans fan and a Colts fan, and they both said Jags win the division this year.
I mean, they're really good.
Yeah. Well,
they really are good.
that's I don't know if really good is
They're just they're definitely better than they were last year.
Oh, for sure.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, good for the Sidemen. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying. I don't expect myself to be at that level of brand awareness and everything. That charity match had like most of the media world by storm.
Yeah.
The app I have, that's like the most famous app for soccer in the entire world. They were on that. Like their charity match was on that. They all got ratings. They had people doing actual like keeping track of each minute, each step, each pass, every single thing. That's how big that game was.
That's crazy. Is it just once a year?
Yeah. So this was the first time they'd done it in like 4 years, I think. They did 3 in a row. And then they stopped. I don't know if it was because of COVID that they stopped at first. Might have been. But then they just took a while to finally get back into it, and this was the first year back. So, yeah. But no, this was the best one yet. 15-goal game. Insane. I think the first one was like 7-1 to the Sidemen team. The second one was 2-0 to the YouTube All-Stars. And that was that one was like oh my goodness, like they just shut them out, and it was like, yeah, they couldn't, like the Sidemen team couldn't do anything. Third year was like 7-3 Sidemen again. And then this year, so much stuff. Yeah. They got Noah Beck to play, which I thought was really fun because there's a whole thing of like a guy on the Sidemen team and a guy on the YouTube team that like, they're like, oh, who's the best YouTube soccer player? And they had them against each other in the midfield. It was hilarious to watch.
Isn't he more like TikTok though? I don't know.
So yeah, Noah Beck, the cool part of his thing, it was just like, I never really paid attention to him. He apparently he was committed to go D1 out of high school. He might have even played a year. I don't remember where.
Play soccer?
Yeah. But he had the choice. They were like, hey, we'll give you this bag here if you want to stick on the social media side, or you can play D1 soccer and try to go pro. he was like, I'm gonna take the bag. And now he's done videos with like Neymar and Mbappe and all this stuff. And he's just going all around the world doing his thing. He had his chance. He could have gone D1. But now he's playing the Sidemen charity match. But no, like honestly,
he actually has skills.
Oh yeah. So like Soccer Aid is like the biggest charity match in the entire world. It's played in England. It's like the World 11 versus like maybe England's team or whatever. And Noah Beck started and played most of the game for the World 11. Like that's huge. Like Usain Bolt played for the World 11. Like that's the clout level we're talking about. Is like Usain Bolt's one of the most famous athletes of all time. And Noah Beck like ran the show at that game. I mean, it's not filled with a ton of soccer players. Like Usain Bolt tried to play soccer. He had his little period where he tried to get in there. Didn't work out too well. He's just really fast and loves the sport. But yeah, like no, Noah Beck like turned heads at that game, and that's when everyone started to be like, "Oh, okay, this guy actually like, he's got something." That's just to the soccer world. Yeah, I was very entertained by it though. I think, like, genuinely, if you're not even a soccer fan, that's a fun game to watch.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just because all the personalities, yeah.
Yeah. The funniest part to me was that like KSI had like he was out of the Sidemen stuff like for a couple weeks leading up to that because he was doing his fight and everything, and he was out, so like he wasn't in on any of their videos. So like someone that pays attention to the Sidemen, it was like almost weird to see KSI back in there because it was like 3 weeks of not seeing him at all. And then he's in there, but like on Twitter, he was like talking so much crap. He was like, I'm going to pocket Noah Beck. Like no one's going to be able to do anything with me around. And he looked so bad out there for most of the game, defensively at least. Like he just kept getting shook left, right, and center. Speed took him down a few times. And then there was one time Speed tripped him up and he fell on the ground. I don't know if you've seen this picture, but Steve just standing over him like this.
Yes, I did.
As he's laying on the ground. Now, the funniest picture I've ever seen is, have you seen the picture of Speed going for the header?
Huh.
Where he's like literally parallel to the ground, but like 80 yards up. Like he got up. Yeah. It looks so funny because it was the most uncoordinated jump I've ever seen in my life.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Now this is just for
really took off.
If anyone, I just need to say this because it was such a fun. Like I texted you guys about it. So the Sidemen team was down 2-0, and like everyone was expecting the Sidemen team to score like 10 goals. They got 8 at the end, but like they didn't expect to see them down 2-0 or anything like that. And I was like, are they going to get like another wash again of just like coming out and playing terrible or something like that? And all of a sudden, Vicstar, the worst soccer player on the entire field, probably. Every Sidemen video they do for soccer, dude can't kick a ball more than 5 feet, something like that. They play him through on goal, one-on-one with Cal the Dragon, absolutely slots it in the bottom corner. And I went nuts when I saw it. Yeah, it was crazy. Big event. I mean, they got 27,000 people in a stadium because they played FIFA when they were younger. That's insane.
It really is.
A part of that, and a big part of that comes down to KSI.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's part of like the Sidemen brand themselves. Like, I don't ever see myself reaching the level of KSI.
Yeah.
I can't do music, YouTube, and boxing, and drink promotions and all that. There's levels to it, and I'm not hitting that. So this podcast has no topic. This is just inside Drew's
kind of rambling
after 10 o'clock.
Just kind of rambling. It's all good.
This is what you get when your roommate's been out of town for the entire week and you haven't spoken to people.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been gone too, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing. He went to Seattle for 2 concerts, and all of a sudden he was in Mexico, and then in Vegas, and then he came back a day later, and now he's even out. Like he's still not even back. He went to Scotland with a friend, the guy he does his podcast with, Paul. So I don't know where it was in Cincy. I guess maybe he's on his way back. I think it's 10:45. Why isn't he home?
Yeah.
Hasn't been home in the only time he's been home was taking a nap this morning.
Yeah.
If you hear this, I'm not mad at you, Andrew. I'm just saying, like, where you at? I haven't seen you in a week.
That's funny. Yeah. potentially some late podcasts too. I got this basketball league I'm in. It's with
Yeah, how'd that go?
everybody. So it's with everybody from work. Like originally it was just like gonna be like three people like from work, and I was gonna have some of my hometown friends come, maybe we play because it was kind of like in that area, and
Oh, down in
uh,
A Town.
huh?
Down in A Town.
It's more in Canton, but it's
Okay.
like it's
Okay.
close. It's closer. It's close-ish. But anyhow, but then it turned into like almost everybody on the staff is playing. So we have like all the rubber duck staff playing, and it's multiple personalities, and I don't know. So tonight was the first game, and we just kind of felt it out, see how we each play, and there's
Yeah.
definitely some egos that need to be. I don't know. I mean, whenever people find out about this podcast, they'll see it, and then whatever. But no, there's definitely egos that need to be kind of toned down, and stuff that needs to be worked out. But we probably should have won, but we ended up losing. So
Mm,
you'll have that. But it was a blast. It was a
yeah.
blast.
I think that's great.
It was good to get out there. Haven't shot a basketball in a couple months, so that was good. But
Yeah.
we still got the jumper, so it's fine.
I'm not. I don't think anyone ever questioned that.
We still got it.
I don't think anyone's ever questioned the fact that you can still shoot threes.
That's all I did tonight.
Yeah.
They got a little bit upset because like the problem is like so I never played any of these guys before, and I don't know, they just kind of expect a certain like, and they're all pretty like we have some guys on the team that just pure athletes, you know.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like the way that I play is
It's not.
kind of like it's not like I'm not trying to really do much. So yes, I'm
I'm in
like
my corner. Let me hit three.
so like they wanted to run like a 2-3 zone, and I was like, why are we running 2-3 zone? Like, okay, fine. So we were in that for a little bit. It didn't work out because the guy on the other side decided to shoot it, and he was lighting us up. So then we just switched to a straight man to man. Anyhow, on offense, it's like they expect me to like I kind of just like kind of motion myself like I'm just always on the perimeter, and sometimes like I get open down low in the post, and I get the ball, and I'm like,
What do I do?
what do I do? So it was not good. So that there's something like that, and also like they get mad like right like I don't follow my shot. So it's like no, go follow your shot. It's like
I
I'm not gonna
expected to
go in
go
there.
in.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. So
Yeah. No, I always
anyhow,
follow my shot because I know it's missing.
so yeah, but I mean either way it was fun. So
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
and my fantasy, I might have just lost in fantasy this week in my rubber in the rubber ducks league.
It's tough.
Saquon got a touchdown and CD Lamb just got a touchdown, so that's just not
Oof.
good. And those are
Mm.
the two people that I'm facing. So I'm going to look at fantasy after this and probably be disappointed. Oh boy,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. For this winter, I was thinking about like starting a like 7v7 indoor soccer league team,
Yeah,
at least, not a league.
they want to.
I would,
They want to. The same people who are doing the basketball league. They want to do indoor soccer. I was like,
it,
yeah, I don't know
honestly,
about
like,
that.
so like, can I say that? Let me check who's on my team currently that I've thought about before I make this statement. Yes. Okay. So I think. Oh, Noah left me.
Sorry, I was grabbing my computer.
Um, from the 7 I have on my team currently, I think I would be the best player on the team. Um, but like my thing is like with this league, I genuinely think I would be happy to sit and play defense the entire time. Like I wouldn't
Really?
care. I'd be so happy. I just want to have an indoor soccer league team. It would have to be co-ed because a couple of the people that I want to have on the team are girls. But you have to have, I think, 3 girls on the field at all times. And I've thought and thought and thought. The max I can find is 3. So like they'd have to play every single minute of every single game and never be able to miss a game.
Trying to think, would I know these people?
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yes. But
That'd be
yeah, that
good.
would be in the winter, just 7v7. Why not do it? There's like 8 games, I think, from what I saw.
Like I would
I'm
watch
okay
that.
with that. I'll stream it.
Dude, that'd be so. I would actually watch. Like I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
I even talked about it today. Like I'm at the point in my life where like I don't need to go win a co-ed championship. Like I care more about just playing soccer than I do winning it. Like I just love the sport. It's so much fun to me. Um,
Yeah.
like I played yesterday and I just went and shot with a couple friends. and it's like my cleat tore. Like, well, I've had these cleats for like 6 years, which is like really, really good for cleats, I think. And just shoes in general, if you're gonna wear them that much, because I've played soccer a lot over the last like 6 years. But like my foot ripped through my cleat, and I was fine. I just kept playing. I didn't care. It was fun. And I even wore the same cleats at practice. My toe was poking out every once in a while. So I think it's new cleat time. But yeah, no, I just genuinely enjoy playing soccer. Like, there's going to be times I go out there and, like, you know, I have an ego. I've said that a couple of times. But, like, also, you see me play FIFA. You see the moves I pull out in the dribbles. Like, I want to try some of that. Like, I'm not just going to sit there and just only pass the ball. You know, I'm not just like, I'll get bored. It's an indoor league.
Yeah.
And there's going to be times where, like, you know, I'm going to try to do things that I've never done in a game before. Because, like, if we lose, oh no, it doesn't matter. It's a co-ed champion, or it's a co-ed indoor league. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like it's my last eligible year of high school. Like, it's not like it's a state final. Not that I've ever been close to that. But yeah, like, cool. I lost. Darn. I'm gonna go home. Have fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that if we do that this winter.
Yeah, that would be great.
Mm-hmm. I not that I wouldn't invite you, but you don't have cleats now that you don't live with us, I assume. But I was going to think of inviting Tyler, just like have him on the team. If he can make it, he can make it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would almost mean you have to spend almost a whole weekend down here, which I'm okay with. But yeah, if you wanted to play for a weekend, I genuinely would be like, no, we need to win a game. Like, you can't play. Like, I don't care. You can come play. Like, this is the thing. Zach and Andrew don't play soccer. They never played soccer in their life, besides like when they go play with me. The last time I played soccer with Zach, he wore running shoes and almost tore his ACL 4 times. Like, and Andrew's cleats, I think, cost 17 cents. And they've been in my trunk ever since he bought them because he only plays with me.
Fair.
So, yeah, like, I genuinely just want to have fun with it. And that's like, you know, if I'm going to make this team, because I'm probably going to be the one that does it, I'm going to have fun with it. And if they don't, you know, if there's someone on the team that doesn't want to have fun with it, that's their own issue. They don't have to play.
Yeah.
Or they can just suck it up and lose every game.
It's kind of how I wish this league was. Like, I'm kind of just having fun with it, and there's just some people on the team that are just a little bit too like I would say I'm a competitive person, but like in this setting, it's like,
right.
It's like, come on, man. It's like just.
And I'm not saying we're both going out there and just like chucking up. Like, you're not going out there and throwing a half court shot, and I'm not going to go out there and just score 6 own goals because it's funny. I'm going to laugh at the goalkeeper.
Yeah. No,
like,
I agree.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if I lose, I lose. Like, oh no. Yeah. If I go out there and like, I had fun, they had fun. I don't just like completely screw the game on purpose, but like, I'm not out there trying to win the World Cup type thing.
Yeah.
You know, there might be an ego challenge every once in a while. That's given. If there's some guy that comes out there and does a rainbow the first 30 seconds, yeah, of course my foot's going into his thigh, obviously. Like, like, yeah. It's but I don't feel the need anymore to like, because I played in the summer, I played in a summer league that was 7v7, and there were people out there like that, like, I genuinely think it was their life. Like, that was their life, was like they look forward to every Wednesday night playing a 7v7 game. And you know, that's great. I'm not saying don't get up for that, don't be excited, don't go play in those things, because they're great. Like, you get to, it's as good as you're going to get at this point in your life, you know, if you're not at where Jake's at. Like, obviously Jake has things to play for. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't have that luxury. But it's the people that think that they should have made it, but definitely shouldn't have made it. Sorry, reality check. You suck. You don't suck. You just don't have the mentality for it, and that's part of it. That's what I want to talk to Jake about a little bit, is that mentality. And that's a sneak peek. Not a sneak peek, but just like, I'm going to ask that to him about all that stuff. Got that dog in him.
He does.
Yeah. No, he definitely does.
Maybe he can get Jason Russell Rowe to get on the podcast.
I mean, sure. Maybe for you that'd be great, and I guess, you know, it's your podcast too. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't mean to. Dude. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe one day. I don't know how I feel about like 2 guests at the same time. I think 4 people on the
Well,
podcast gets crazy because we did
we
that
could do
with
it.
Adam and Tyler.
We could do that separately. Let's do it.
Yes,
Let's do it separately.
we could.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Although he is Canadian, I think, and I saw today Canada is dropping all of their. I don't know why this matters. I saw today that Canada's dropping all their COVID stuff October 1st, so you can fly over there now. And,
I wouldn't mind.
No issues. I don't know why that's a thing I had to say, but it was in my brain. So
I wouldn't mind going to Canada.
That's that's the thing.
It'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. Yes. Join men's leagues, join co-ed leagues. They're great fun. If you want to take it as serious as you want to, go for it. I can't tell you not to. But I think check your reality at the door a little bit. You're the one signing up for a league that is like $65 for a shirt that says Gotham League. So, it is what it is. You're playing on a 7v7. You're playing sideline to sideline on mini goals where there's no offsides. No offsides. The second biggest rule in soccer. Obviously, first being handballs. The second biggest rule in soccer. Maybe even the first. It's the most talked about now, actually. Because of VAR and all that. Dang. Guess you don't like VAR.
I tried to set my phone up.
Yeah, but there's no slide tackling. You can't slide tackle. There's no offsides, and there's those are the 2 rules. But then that's just whatever. Take it as serious as you want. I guess it's your league. It's your life. I can't tell you what to do.
I love when Drew gets closer to the mic.
Do you? I've just leaned in recently. That's all. I stopped leaning back.
Completely off topic. Do you download the iOS 16 app yet?
Oh yes, I thought you were gonna say the COD beta. I have not done that. Yes, I have. Currently, I have my wallpaper to change like every hour, just from like photos I've selected. So
yeah, wait, you can do that now?
Yeah, you can like set in your wallpapers like, because if you hold it, it shows like you have separate ones. That was my old one, was the Hypervision logo. And you can like add new ones. And somewhere in the settings, I'm not gonna do it right now, but you can like set it to like be a photo, and you can set like a whole mass of photos to be the wallpaper, and it could be like, oh, do you want to change every time you click the screen, every time like something else happens, or like every other hour or something like every hour. So that's what I picked. So I have like 20 photos in there. That just it changes from. But the widgets is a pretty cool thing. Just because it's there. The font text that I picked for, you can't really see that well, but it's like 2 lines. It's pretty cool. I like it for the time. Other than that, I don't know if I really remember much of a change in anything else. Maybe it's more prevalent, or there's cooler things on like the new iPhone, like the iPhone 14. I think is what it was that just came out.
Yeah, I haven't got it yet, so.
I'm not due for upgrade this year. I don't think, because I think I got one our winter break senior year.
Yeah,
but maybe next year. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to download that that update. I don't have it yet. So.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I might be forgetting things. I don't know, but other than the wallpaper, I don't remember too much changing really. So yeah,
interesting.
Cool. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm playing this new game. I don't know if you've heard of it. Have you ever played Dishonored?
Yeah. It's like I've seen a ton of. So like I played it because I saw like those gamers are awesome clips on YouTube. So I saw a ton of people on there just like doing all this sweet stuff, and I was like, this game looks so cool. Like they're like flying around the map, like changing time, slowing down with everything, like all throwing these things, dropping things on people, and I'm like, that game looks sweet. Then I realized those people are like the 1% of gaming that are making those clips, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what any of this is, and I stopped playing it. I've heard that said. That's just because I only wanted to play the game for the fact that it looks super cool gameplay wise. I've heard it's a very good game still, story wise, very cool. And I think I played Dishonored 2 just because it was the newest one, so maybe that was part of it. But yeah,
Uh,
to very longly answer your question, for like
I was
one
just
day, yes, I played it.
I was just curious because I'm playing a game. I believe it's made by the same company and it's got the same kind of sort of mechanics. It just came to Game Pass.
Mm.
It's called Deathloop.
Yes, yes, yes. I haven't seen the coolest clips of that. I have Dishonored, but I heard
So
good things about that game. Yeah.
yeah, because it was a PlayStation exclusive, and then or it had exclusivity for a year, and then Xbox just recently got it. So I
Mm.
started playing that last night, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept. So basically, like whenever you die, you just restart. You literally restart the whole entire game again.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'm playing
I
that.
have a big list of games that are coming out soon that I'm like, shoot, my bank account's not gonna like me. So yeah, this should be
I don't.
fun.
Didn't we talk about Assassin's Creed a little bit? I found an itch to play an Assassin's Creed game. Have you ever played? I know you
I
played
played I
Odyssey. Is
played
that what it?
all the way up to Valhalla. I didn't play Valhalla.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't play Black Flag. Never got that one.
Oh, Black Flag is one of my favorites. Ooh,
I
you
know,
gotta.
and now that like I've heard about it and like Joe's told me to, like it's one
Ooh,
of his favorites.
yeah, it's so
Um,
good.
I got Unity, and then I played like 2 days of it, and I was like, they ruined the
Unity's
game.
Unity's underrated, I think, actually.
That's what I've heard.
And
Um,
it wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad. I didn't think.
did they take a
I like
break
the
after
concept.
Unity?
I think that they might have. I think there was sort of like a break there.
Because like Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite like video game franchises of all time.
Oh yeah,
Like
for sure.
Assassin's Creed 1 was cool, but like Assassin's Creed 2, 3, um, wait, was 3 different than something else?
I tell you what, honestly, I think my first
Assassin's Creed 3 was the North America one, right?
that was a Civil War. Civil
Yeah.
War.
Okay, so when
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, then Assassin's Creed 2, and then Brotherhood, then Revelations, right?
Yes, I think
So
so.
the three Ezio games, which were 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, that is like one of my favorite trio games of all time. But then even Assassin's Creed 3, that was sweet. The Tomahawk, that one, like the bow and arrow, and you can climb through trees. That was a very good game and a really good story too.
Yeah.
Then Unity, I think, was after that. Or no, Black Flag was.
Yep,
Then
there's Black
Unity.
Flag.
But then when I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because it was a whole new concept of Assassin's Creed at that point. That was the first one,
Yeah.
right? The Egypt one.
No, that one, the Egypt one was Origins.
Origins, yes, you're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Origins, like I got that on Black Friday of our freshman year over winter break. And not winter break, I guess it was Thanksgiving break. That game was so much fun. But it was just the fact that like it was so ginormous of a game. I just didn't get through all of it. And then the same thing happened with Odyssey. I had so much fun playing it. The whole like system was like great and it was so much fun. It was Assassin's Creed. It was giant though.
Yeah.
And then Valhalla came around, and when I watched you play it, like not the way you play it yourself, but like the gameplay, and like I don't know what it was, but the game just didn't impress me. Like graphics wise, it looked like they took a step backwards at first. I don't know if that was just like games that come out now have bugs, but I will say all of the things I've seen come out post game look so cool, and I was always like, I wish I got that game because like all the DLCs and add-ons. And like the whole like mythical Thor area, I was like,
yes,
that's insane.
Yeah, so but the reason I like that, I really love that because like there's multiple missions where like you were Odin and you got to play as Odin in and the Asgard world and you met like Thor and you met Loki and people like that and it was sweet, it was awesome, but it kind of I didn't like it because it's kind of going away from what Assassin's Creed was. Like Assassin's Creed was like more about like this like brotherhood. It was you had this sort of family sort of deal and it's the hidden blades, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
If
that's
you're
kind of where I was
talking about story wise, the moment Desmond was out of the game, I think it was done.
Yeah.
Because those
I
stories, like those will always be in my mind. Like I almost think that's real history. Like when I think of ancient Italy and all that stuff, Desmond is in there.
Yeah. No, that's why I love like Black Flag. It was so good, man. The story was it just made sense. And I really liked another one I liked was Assassin's Creed Rogue, where you actually got to play as
was
as
that
a
when they
Templar.
split to like Xbox One and Xbox 360 as separate games?
I think so, because I think they made two
Because I
games.
never played
Yeah.
Rogue. Yeah, I
Yeah,
never
so
played that
Rogue
one.
was fun because you actually got to like play as a Templar and like kind of
Hmm.
like do their kind of side of like the villain side. That
Yeah,
was really interesting. Um, that's cool. But yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I'm excited for the new ones. Hopefully, I mean, I'm sure they're going to be the same as like Origins and Odyssey, like
yeah.
that
It's
big,
just
those
yeah,
big maps. Just trying to take
yeah.
as much, trying to
Ubisoft
take
hasn't had a
advantage.
great track record over the last few years of making a
No,
full game.
they really haven't actually.
So
They really
I'm not
haven't.
gonna get my hopes up, but my hopes are up.
Yeah. I mean, I argue like I didn't mind Far Cry. I played Far Cry 6. That I love
Yeah,
the setting. I mean, they had a good cast, but like this game, like the game was fun, but like the story was eh. And I guess that was like kind of their last one for me. But yeah,
yeah. I say Far Cry 5 was the first Far Cry I ever played.
oh, that
Um,
was so much fun. That was honestly like between
I don't think
that,
if I played that by myself, it wouldn't have been that good. But the fact that you and me played it at like midnight every single time, and then
yes,
finished it at school and we lived together, that was just like like I put it in that gaming list I made of like top moments. That was such
oh
a
yeah,
good,
it was
so
it was
good.
so good.
It helped the fact that you'd already beaten the game and you had like these god tier weapons and everything. You could just blow anything up you wanted to. So I had the
Yeah,
freedom to just ride around a helicopter or just fly down, land on someone, and just
I,
snipe the whole time.
I still have a picture of us in the plane where we like literally like split like two trees and the plane just stuck in the tree and then we just yeah, it was great.
Well, I remember the one time you and me were just like screwing around in the woods in that game, and this is when like I was in my like Warzone sniping crossbow era, that type of game style
Oh
gameplay.
yeah, yeah.
So you're like just running around burning trees down, probably. I don't know. And like I hear this like buzzing over me. I look up. There's some CPU helicopter flying above me. I just go, one shot right in the head on the driver, just crashes. I was like, oh, Noah, Noah, Noah.
Oh my goodness, so good.
Yeah. No, that was a very, 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 very. I think part of it was that I made the story more than what it was.
You kind of have to sometimes.
Yeah. And you definitely helped with that, with the whole like setting fire to everything and the fact that I just wanted to literally, can I say that? Unalive all of the main bad guys except for one that I. Never mind.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that was a very, very, very fun time. Yeah, I know that people have their opinions on gaming, but it's I get the bad side of whatever gaming is and like how much it can take away from what you do and stuff like that. But at the same time, you and me live 4 hours from each other. We have this, we have FaceTime, but like, why not? Why not both?
Yeah,
It's brought a lot of amazing moments in my friendships with people.
indeed.
Like, I know you hate FIFA. I'm not a big fan of it right now either. But like, there are times that you just get off of it and you go, I can't compete. I suck at this game. These are your quotes.
Yeah,
And you're not at this tone. You're screaming them usually. It's after I've force fed you like 3 golden chances you could have walked into a goal and somehow missed. I don't know. And then you get upset with yourself and you go to bed. But like I'd say a big majority, like it's really just a very fun time because like you're over there watching, Tyler on like a 7-second lag try to pass a ball. And just in general, like that's a fun shot because I was talking to Tyler about that today, about his connection because he sent me a couple of clips. Shoot, I have to edit that tonight.
oh, you're making another video?
Yeah, because I wanted to do it before FIFA came out, and it came out today. I thought it was supposed to come out tomorrow, but we downloaded it today. I think tomorrow's the official release date of it. Shoot. Okay, so I gotta edit the FIFA video tonight. That's fine. It's mostly edited. I just need to line up clips with sounds. And it's so the first video was 19 minutes. That one I made, that Pro Clips video.
Yes.
This one's currently at 30 something, and I haven't even put in Tyler's clips yet.
Jeez.
I haven't put in Tyler's clips. So, Yeah.
All right, well, that'll do for the Hypergen podcast. So Drew has to go edit a video.
I completely forgot about that. Oh man. Yeah. Anyway, but like I said, I think FIFA's brought some great times with our friendships and our friend group. Like one of my favorite gaming moments of all time is getting you and Michael on pro clubs on FIFA 20 during COVID.
That was so good.
That day will live in my mind forever. Yeah,
that was so good. It was so good because I was so upset because I was still at school for basketball and you guys were just home and I was like, dude, I'm so
well,
upset.
it's not like we could go see each other. We were home, but like
yeah,
I couldn't see anybody. Yeah.
I thought we played again. Didn't we play again while I was at school and you guys were? No, yeah. I remember that. We played again after.
We definitely played more. I don't know if Michael did.
So
I think Michael only played that one day on pro clubs.
that was good.
Because I would have streamed it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna wrap it up. To anyone that wanted a real podcast and whatever that means, fuck that. Sorry, vulgar language.
Whoa.
Who cares about what is a real podcast? Ask yourself that. I don't care. This was me and Noah talking. This is me and Noah and I's. Is it Noah and I's podcast? If I'm saying
that. Just our podcast. How about
it's
that?
Our podcast. We can talk about what we want. You don't have to listen to it. That's great if you don't listen. Is it great? I almost pressed to leave because I was about to stop recording. For some reason, while I'm in mid-sentence, that means I should stop talking. All right. This was me, whatever. See ya.
Go Guardians.